मिल जाए ब्रह्म रत्न लागे ये जग है। रत्न धरता परमेश्वर बल समर्थ दे। हे प्रभु हृदय में ज्ञान का प्रकाश दे। हे प्रभु हृदय में ज्ञान का प्रकाश दे। ब्रह्म प्राप्ति रूप सर्वश्रेष्ठ रत्न दे। हे प्रभु हृदय में ज्ञान का प्रकाश दे। हे प्रभु हृदय में ज्ञान का प्रकाश दे। आहिष्मा सूनवे पिता आपीर्यजत्यापाये सखा सखी वरेण्यः सखा सखी वरेण्यः सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Together we'll chant Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verses 1 to 10.
ॐ अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच अभयं सत्त्वसंशुद्धिः ज्ञानयोगव्यवस्थितिः दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आजवम् अहिंसा सत्यमक्रोधः त्यागः शान्तिरपैशुनम् दया भूतेष्वलोलुप्त्वम् मार्दवं ह्रीरचापलम् तेजक्षमा धृतिः शौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातस्य भारत दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ सम्पदमासुरीम् दैवी सम्पद्विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरीमता मा शुचः सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातोऽसि पाण्डव द्वौ भूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च जना न विदुरासुराः न शौचं नापि चाचारः न सत्यं तेषु विद्यते असत्यमप्रतिष्ठं ते जगदाहुरनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतम् किमन्यत् कामहैतुकम् एतां दृष्टिमवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्त्युग्रकर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरम् दम्भमानमदान्विताः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा सद्ग्राहान् प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रताः
हरिओम जानकी जी, म्यूटेड।
Okay, thank you. You wanted to say something? No. We studied the qualities of the divine. We have started studying the qualities of the asuric tendencies. Please don't look at it at other people. He's talking about us. So what did he say? Ostentation, damba. What does Shankara say damba is? According to Shankara, damba is, who remembers? Dharma dhvajitam. According to Shankara, dharma dhvajitam means dharma ka dhvaj chalane wale. Can you believe it? In the 8th century, when Shankara was there was no, I don't know whether there were terrorist activities going on or anything, right? But he understands the concept of it. Anyone who believes that their religion is better than somebody else's religion falls under the characteristic of ostentation, damba. Not according to me, please, you can argue with me. If you want, you go and argue with Shankara. Don't argue with me. Shankara knows how to argue with people. So Shankara, I'm not faking it. Go open the Bhasha and see. He says, damba dharma dhvajitam. To somehow believe I am better. It could be in anything. My hair is better than yours. My father is greater than yours. My child is greater than yours. I don't know, my ignorance is greater than yours. Anything, something, I have to be better than you. I speak better than you. I don't believe in punctuality. I don't believe in punctuality. So what is Shankara define as ostentation? Dharma dhvajitam. Dharma doesn't mean only religion. Whatever you think is good, and then you do a dhvaja of that. You can fall into that trap even in Vedanta. You think Vedanta is very good, तो उसका ध्वज हमको चलाना है. That is why our institution doesn't have only a dhvaja, so that nobody hopefully raises any flags. Chill. Everyone has their own ways of doing things, and we all work together. That's fine. So ostentation is a hypocritical behavior stimulating virtue. You see how it works is very difficult for us to see. If I'm a very charitable person and I think to myself, I'm so charitable and these people are so stupid and they're not charitable, dharma dhvajitam, ostentatious behavior. So you're pretending a virtue. You say, no, but I really am more charitable. I really have given more things. Yes, but the way you're giving it has ceased to be a virtue. So now it's become a pretense of virtue. Darpa, arrogance, assumed superiority, abhiman, conceit. What did we do about abhiman? Abhiman is a manifestation of ego. Ego manifests as
I am
I don't
supreme.
exist. I am
I
supreme
do.
and I am the
I
doer.
am doer.
very good. Xiaomi Pad 6. Are you new to class? You haven't put your name, so I don't know whether you're new to class or not. Xiaomi Pad 6. How do I call you also?
मैम इट्स गणेश गोरे मैम
Oh,
वो
you
टैब
are.
में
Okay.
यस यस
All right.
वो
Okay.
टैब का Xiaomi 6 है
Okay. So Ganesh Gore, now then I don't need to explain to you because you already know. So in the sense you've been to the class earlier. So ostentation, dambha, darpa, arrogance, self-conceit, ego, which manifests as, oh, look how much work I do. What I think is the best. I am supreme. I only exist. I am supreme means at least I see you and I say I am better. I only exist means I don't see you at all. I only exist. Many Vedantins fall into these traps. Please be careful. Can you give me a method by which a Vedantin says I only exist? I shouldn't say Vedantin, Vedantic sadhaks. The most common way.
Like when they say they are the self, then like everything else just fades. It becomes self-centered.
Okay. Yes, because sometimes we behave like there's only us. Everything is happening because of me. So, suppose, I don't know, somebody does something good for you, you think, oh, look, my karma is so good. Arey, why don't you thank that person who did the good thing for you? Or another very common way is when we all live in our own head. Remember, I told you that example, somebody told me, how can you not trust people? This is an example of I only exist. Now, I'm not saying distrust people, please. But this blanket thing that we all have, is I only exist, whatever is in my mind is what is going to happen. It doesn't work like that in this world. The way the ego functions is so insidious. It's very, very difficult to find it. Then Parushyam. Parushyam is harshness. It is the opposite of gentle. Remember, we did gentle earlier. So when your desires are subdued, you gently. When your desires are raging, you become harsh. That's when you take up violence, either of body or of speech, become harsh. You become angry. When desires are interrupted, we become angry. And ignorance. These are all the qualities of Asuric. These are all our qualities when we are being Asuric. Ignorance. Yes, Bharat?
Uh, Going back to I alone exist, we gave this example of a person not even realizing there's a queue and going and standing in front. People sometimes do that absent-mindedly also. So, what's the difference between ego being prevalent there and simply intellect being absent completely?
It's the same thing. How can you be so ignorant of your circumstances? It's the same thing. When you're so ignorant of your circumstances, if you are completely ignoring the circumstances, your attention is only on
You.
yourself. That's ego. What I want and me, I and my wants. That's all I'm concerned about. That's ego. There's no difference. That is why, as children, we are taught good manners, right? What is good manners? That another person exists. That's all good manners is. Just the opposite of it. You know that story, beautiful story. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's been repeated so often that a visiting dignitary used the wrong cutlery at Buckingham Palace. They were at the banquet at Buckingham Palace, and he used the wrong cutlery. And the queen, seeing that he is using the wrong cutlery, she also picked up the wrong cutlery. No ego. What would the rest do? They would snicker and say, oh, look what he's using. They're so backward, they don't know. What did she do? She herself used the wrong cutlery. Not because she doesn't know, but because she's taking care of her guest. You see the difference in this is that's why they say in royalty and all you have to have good culture, good manners. So we try to memorize it. We go to classes to learn good manners, good culture, and they teach us also. But who will teach us this? Who will teach us this genuine egolessness? That I'm not going to be more concerned about myself than I am about you. Yes, Bharat?
Yeah. So, is the attention really on the individual? I mean, I've seen people looking at their phone and crossing the road. So, it's not even that they bother about their own well-being. So, where's the attention then on themselves?
Very good. It's a very good point that you have raised, Bharat. When your attention is on yourself, okay, suppose Bharat, your attention is on yourself. You don't say Bharat, 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 Bharat. Attention on yourself means what? Your attention is on your, come on, fill in the blank,
Mind.
on your desires. Yes. So I desire to see my phone. That's what I do. A diabetic desires to eat the sweet. That's what he does. You can't say, oh my God, look at these people. They're so egoless. They're not even worried about their own welfare. This is the nature of ego. That your desire is above all forms of good sense.
Frightening. Thank you.
Yes, Bharat, that means you got it. It's really frightening. This whole nonsense about ego and desires is poison in me. I don't even realize how this is going to damage you. And the worst of the six qualities, he's spoken of so many, right? Ostentation, arrogance, self conceit, anger, harshness. But the worst of them, and actually the root of them all, as we discussed in yesterday's class as well. Kalyan, can you explain the quality of ignorance?
Sorry, I was not paying attention.
Please put on your camera then. You didn't listen whole class yesterday, even though you had a question on it. Very sad. I think I'm committing suicide. What else can I do now? Who remembers ignorance? Ignorance? Nobody? Talk about wasting your own life. All my life I spent trying to teach people Vedanta. All come to zero. And still, one is going on doing it. Is this the height of madness? What do you think this is? Height of foolishness? Who will explain the quality of ignorance? We did it only yesterday. Okay, let's start. Ignorance of what?
Oh, ignorance of the reality.
Very good.
Ignorance of self.
Ignorance of what the reality is. Ignorance of the self. True, correct? Because we are claiming the reality is the self. But ignorance of reality, it works all through, right from the self to this moment, everything, all mistakes that we have made in our life for any reason is all nothing but the ignorance of the truth. So the essence of the quality of the Asuric is this ignorance. The man who says, I will start a war so that I become wealthy and powerful, he is starting that war in his ignorance. The woman who says, I will marry this person and then I will live so happily for the rest of my life, is living a life of ignorance. Ignorance is the root, the basis of every Asuric behavior. Can you give me examples? Anyone wants to give me examples of what is the Asuric behavior and how ignorance is the root of it? Go ahead.
Let us take examples of the terrorists that blow themselves up. They're ignorant of what will come after that. They think there's some heaven waiting for them, and that can be achieved through suicide bombing.
Yes. They're also ignorant of the fact that they are the self, and when they harm others, they harm themselves. They're ignorant of the fact that is their cause really being helped by this behavior? All sorts of ignorances, all sorts of lack of recognition of the truth. All of it comes. This person is not charitable. Why is he not charitable? Ignorance of where happiness lies. If a person is not studying Vedanta, why doesn't he study Vedanta? Ignorance of what it's going to do. If a person is spending his life going to work and coming back and going to work and coming back and catching the suburban train and going and coming and whole life is over, and he's really done nothing but I don't know whatever these executives do in office, and he feels a sense of being disgruntled. Where did it all come from? It came from ignorance of what is important in life. When an old man is lying in his bed, miserable, where is that misery coming from? Ignorance of what he should have done in his life. So when a man is suffering from financial penury and starvation, he's financially in a mess. Why? It's ignorance of how to deal with money. Relationship-wise, he's in a mess. Why? Ignorance of how to deal with a relationship. Health-wise, we are a mess. Why? Ignorance there. This ignorance is all pervading. The less we can see the reality, the more we get into trouble. People enter swamps and die in those swamps. Why? They don't know it's a swamp. You know what a swamp is, right? Quicksand. It pulls you in. And you've gone there, you got pulled in, you died. For what? Ignorance. And you know how people do that? Why do they go into that quicksand? Because above the quicksand are fireflies. And those fireflies look like lights at night. So thinking that that light is a real light. If I go there, I will get food, I will get drink, I will get whatever I'm looking for. What you get is death. Ignorance is the base of all things. So whenever I have behaved badly, whenever I have taken a wrong decision, where is it based in ignorance? So right up from the ignorance of reality, right down to the ignorance with which I'm functioning today. Ignorance is the cause of all the mistakes I've ever made. All the mistakes anyone has made. Bharat, you had a question?
Oh, an example. The
Sorry?
an example actually.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the current American president survived the assassination attempt, and instead of being grateful for a new life, he's doing what he's doing.
He's what?
He's doing what he's doing,
No.
all kinds of nonsense.
Please don't make such politically incendiary statements over here. You know, he is one person that half the world thinks is fabulous and half the world thinks he's a demon. So we have no opinion over here whether he's a demon or a saint. Yesterday, somebody had come over to our house. He was doing Gungan of Trump. I know many people who do Gungan of Trump. Now, I don't know the facts, so I'm not going there. Please, I have no view whether he's good or he's bad. Only he and his God know whether he's good or he's bad. But everybody seems to have some view on it. So be very careful, Bharat, because they'll all come to you only. They all know you. See, if Ganesh Gore makes some statement, then he'll go away. But Bharat, everybody has access to you. So be careful. So ignorance of the self. In base theory, what is it? Ignorance of the self gives rise to. Ignorance of the self gives rise to. Don't do this.
Desires.
You could thank God. Ignorance of the self gives rise to desire and attachments. All your miseries, all your mistakes are caused by your desires and attachments. Now, suppose we tell people, look, we'll give you the knowledge of the self, your desires will reduce, and you will make no mistakes, and you'll have a beautiful life. What will they say? Oh, so boring. Tell us some nice story. अब मैं क्या बोलूं? क्या बोलूं? कुछ बोल सकते हो क्या? You go to somebody who say, Acha, please give us 80 lakhs. We want to start a course. How many people will you benefit? Well, we hope 10 people we will benefit. You want to, in the first year, you want to spend 80 more. Oh, no. What is going to come out of this? There are people who are feeding 5,000 children. Go and feed 5,000 children. Karu kya? Who am I to explain this to? I can't explain it in class. Bahar kya explain karu? Jayashree, she has to go to everybody.
जानकी जी लोग बोलेंगे तुम फॉलो करो हमको मत सिखाओ.
Yes. So she goes to people. Jayashree goes from she goes to Ahmedabad. She goes here. She goes there. Bichari, she's taking her begging bowl and going from city to city. अच्छा बम्बई में नहीं हो रहा है चलो अहमदाबाद में ट्राई करते हैं चलो दिल्ली में ट्राई करते हैं but who will say that? Who will believe it if you see it from their perspective? How would anyone understand? This is what Krishna says. I'm not saying Krishna is saying Krishna's words you're reading. Ajnanam sampadam asuri. Ignorance is the nature of the asuras. What we want to do is increase knowledge. But will that benefit? Yes, it will benefit. Ostentation will reduce, arrogance will reduce, abhiman will reduce, parushyam will reduce, harshness. They'll all reduce. No, Baba, just feed some children, just take care of the old age, look after climate change.
Uh,
Now,
Janki,
Hmm.
he's talking about us only, no?
Yes, of course. Who else? Who else? If we could understand this ourselves, forget the rest of the world. Imagine what we would do. Firstly, we ourselves would do everything to support the coming up of the course which is due to come. That's number one. Like Bhavna. I'm very surprised with our young Bhavna who's going around raising funds. And Deepraj, all these students are doing, whatever they can do, they're doing. They're contributing, they're asking other people, they're doing things. I mean, many of you are also doing that. But such young children, comprehension is dawning. Thank God. So once we get it, our lives change. You have to get it. That ignorance, the ignorance of reality, is the only cause of problems. There is no cause of problems. What is ignorance of reality? I can't see things as what they are. What is attachment? Attachment is, in the simplest way, not seeing things as they are. That's all attachment is. So I, as a mother, want my son to become a doctor. He is playing cricket whole day. I want him to become a doctor. My attachment does not let me see this is not the guy who's ever going to be a doctor. Now there's going to be a major tussle in the house because I'm going to pull him in one way, he's going to pull in the other way. And this will lead to all sorts of consequences. There's madness going on. And we try to hold somebody and say, please stop, understand. All of this is nothing but ignorance. Then what will happen? They'll say, okay, if you say, and they'll go their merry way. So, Krishna himself says, Ajnanam Sampadam Asuri. Ajnanam, jnanam, knowledge, ajnanam, no knowledge, ignorance, is the Sampadam. Sampadam means nature, Asuri, of the Asuriti. Prakash's iPhone. Is it possible for anybody to be 100% free from ignorance? Yes, it is possible for a person to be 100% free of ignorance. Such a person is known as a self-realized soul. He is the one who has the knowledge of reality. However, it doesn't help us to know that he has the knowledge of reality. So rather than saying, is it possible for me to be 100% free of ignorance? I don't know. But it is possible for me to be more free from ignorance. It is possible for me to understand how ignorance is at the bottom of the problem. And if I was able to remove that, if I can just see things for what they are, my life will be better. I will help other people better. Even today, when we try to help others, we do it in so much ignorance that half the time we damage them further. A mother who says, I want to help my child and starts cleaning up the room for the child is not helping the child. A person, you have to have the vision to know whether you're actually helping or not. Wanting to help and actually helping are two very different things. Therefore, in Vedanta, we always say, it's not enough to want to help. Your intellect has to lead that process. That means you must understand the ground reality.
Janki,
Mhm.
suppose I'm in the party or somebody is in party. How to find out one person having inclination for this Vedanta knowledge? Is there is any way out?
Start any philosophical discussion and see who reacts. Say, say, make any philosophical statement and see who says what. Anybody who reacts to it has an inclination. He may react, be careful, he may react by contradicting you. He may react by saying you're talking nonsense. Remember, as long as there's a reaction, there's a desire. 99% of people simply ignore your statement. It's really very interesting. You make any statement. You don't have to say anything in particular, just any philosophical statement you say. You will find most people do and then go on to the next topic. They're not reacted. They're not interested. But there'll be some people who will agree and there will be some people who disagree. Both of them have a desire. Otherwise, there would have been no reaction. So that's how you find out. Is there a reaction? Some reaction. Even if that reaction is violently against.
Okay.
So on the absolute level, all your problems are sorted when you have the ignorance, when you have the knowledge of the self. All your negativities are gone when you have the knowledge of the self. At the relative level, you understand the world for what it is. You understand it's an admixture of joy and sorrow, of good and bad. Sometimes good things will happen, sometimes bad things will happen. This world is not designed to suit me. I'm just a part of this world. And things are happening around me. Now, I can take cognizance of what is happening and then deal with it. I can do that. But I can't take the stance that, oh, everybody should be good. Who's bothered what you think? Some people make this statement, my husband is behaving like this, but I don't mind. Like, who cares whether you mind or not? There's an inherent belief that somehow my opinion is important. You mind or you don't mind, he's going to continue behaving like that. You and say, oh, the government is doing this, but I don't mind. Yeah, really? As if you did mind, something is going to happen. So once you understand it at the relative level, at the absolute level, at whatever level you're able to get it, to that extent, life gets sorted. Verse 5. Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibadhyaya surimata mashu cha sampadam daivim abhijatosi pandava Devi sampad vimokshaya nibadhyaya surimata mashu cha sampadam devi abhijatosi pandava. Two things in this verse. One is, why should I be Devim as opposed to Asurik? And secondly, an emotional reassurance for us. Prakash's iPhone suggested to wear Vedanta Wisdom Trust t-shirt, okay, to attract people in a congregation. All right, you can try that. Try anything that works, you try. So, Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya. Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya. Daivi nature is for the sake of moksha. Vimokshaya. Mokshaya means for moksha. Vimokshaya means visheshena, for complete moksha. But the Daivi nature is necessary for liberation. If you want to be liberated, you need to have a pure divine nature. To which everybody will say, but who says I want to be liberated? I don't want to be liberated. I'm very happy to be reborn. Liberation is no doubt liberation from birth and death. But what is birth and death? Birth and death is the quagmire of changes in life. At 10:30, you were born in this class. At 11:30, you will be dead in this class. The quagmire of changes that takes place in this world is birth and death. Every moment you're born somewhere, you're dying somewhere. Whenever you enter something, you're born there. Whenever you leave something, you're dead there. When you go from your bedroom to your hall in your own house, you're dead in the bedroom and you're born in the hall. When you go from the hall back to the bedroom, you're dead in the hall and you're born in the bedroom. What is birth and death? Nothing but a change of state. Now, why do we want to be released from this? I want to go from my bedroom to my hall and my hall to the bedroom. What is the problem? The problem is that when we are confronted with change in the world, this is agitating to us. So to be freed of birth and death means to be freed of the affectation of change. What is the affectation of change? Your hair is all black. In some years, it will start becoming gray. The first time you see a gray hair, you will say, oh, gray hair, old age, no. Or somebody will call you auntie. They used to call me Didi, now they are calling me auntie. What happened? Or I had a lot of money, it has all disappeared suddenly. Change. Or I had no money and I've got a lot of money. Change. Then no, that is very good. I don't mind that change. You can mess your life up completely with a change such as that. And I'm not making up these stories, please. I don't know if people believe me. I think I make up stories. You go look it up yourself. People who won lottery tickets, how many of them became poorer after that? Not come back to the original. It's not like they spent all their money and came back to their original state. Became poorer, went into debt after winning millions of dollars in lottery tickets. It is not, please, you look it up on Google yourself. Not now. Now you listen to the class. After the class, you look. Otherwise, everyone has taken off to say, oh, what happened to lottery winners? You look at it yourself later on. The thing is that vimokshaya, to be liberated. Liberated means what? Liberated from the thoughts in your head when you put your head on the bed to sleep at night. Liberated from the strong emotions which you do not yourself wish to have. Liberated from the affectation by change. So how will this happen? How will you get this liberation? Only by developing the Daivi nature. What is the Daivi nature? मेरा नहीं सुनते हो तो भगवान का तो सुन लो. What is the Daivi nature?
Moksha.
quality.
16 qualities we did. No, he's saying this is the Daivi nature. This is the Asuric nature. Daivi nature is meant for liberation. If you have those qualities, 26 qualities that we studied, if you have those 26 qualities, you will be free of all this.
We can say knowledge also, no?
Huh?
We can say knowledge also, no? Knowledge of Vedanta.
Yeah, you can say that, but as of now, what he has
Sorry,
he's saying Daivi is
precise
for
means, if you want to be precise, means 16 qualities, whatever.
26 qualities. Yeah, of the what he has referred to, because he is following his line of thought. हम लोग यहाँ वहाँ सब जाते हैं, but he is following his line of thought. So he said there is Daivi, there is Asuri. Follow the Daivi, vimokshaya. You will be liberated. Nibandha, bandhanat, Asuri. The Asuric vrittis keep us in bandhan. What is the bandhan? that you will not be able to escape the thoughts you want to escape. You're in bandhan, you're tied. You have terrible sorrow, you won't be able to escape what you want to escape. Nobody's asking you to escape what you don't want to escape. But it is like Shankara refers to it in Bhagavad as, anyone remembers?
Oh, Punarapi Jananam.
Refers to it as you will be like captives in hell. Means you're in a miserable situation and you simply can't get out. Miserable mentally. So for bandhan, nibandhaya, bandhan, for bandhan is the demonic nature.
Janki ji,
Mhm.
we are dependent upon external happiness, external things for internal happiness. That is also bondage, no?
That is bondage. What is that? Is also bondage.
That is okay.
Because when you want to free yourself from that, you won't be able to free yourself. Bondage means what? You're tied. So, okay, I wanted to have I wanted to have a big bungalow or something, and I got it. Okay, now this bungalow, for whatever reason, is agitating me. I want to get out of it. I can't. Means I can't get out of that agitation. It's the same thing.
Okay.
So he says the Devi are meant for moksha, means liberation from all your trials and tribulations. The Asurik are nibandhaya. It is for bandhan. Every negative thing we do, it is for bandhan. You are caught. You will be caught like a captive in hell. You will want escape and not be able to get. Simple example, right? Put your head on the pillow at night. All these hundreds of thoughts come in. You want to escape those thoughts. You can't. In Marathi, there's a saying, "Karte pan varat nahi." You understand? Karte pan varat nahi. I understand it, but I cannot change in that direction. This is your bondage. So now you must all be feeling very sorry for yourself. So he's saying, Ma Sucha, Ma Sucha. Don't grieve, don't be sad. Sampadam devim abhijatosi. Tvam sampadam dvaivim. You are born, abhijatosi, you are born where? Sampadam devim. You are born in a nature of good, O Pandava. And through, when he says Pandava, means Pandu Putra, he's speaking to all of us. We are born in the Daivi Sampadam, in the Daivi nature. How do we say that? Because you are listening to him. You're listening, right? You're hearing what he has to say. That itself shows Daivi nature. Now, in this, you are born here. You are born for liberation. Now, the question is, having come here, what are you going to do? Are you going to settle down or are you going to liberate yourself? So, these 6 qualities lead to bondage. Though any weakness in us is a bondage. Because when you want to leave it, you can't. Suppose I have a weakness for sweets. Suppose I develop diabetes. Now I want to leave sweets. I can't. I'm madly attached to somebody. The person leaves me and goes away. For whatever reason, maybe out of death. Now I don't want to be with those thoughts. I can't leave it. Bondage. Once you are of a Daivi nature, you become less and less susceptible to change, to the affectation from change. Verse 6. द्वौ भूतसर्गो लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च देवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरीं पार्थ मे शृणु द्वौ भूतसर्गो लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरीं पार्थ मे शृणु द्वौ भूतसर्गौ अस्मिन् लोके in this world द्वौ भूतसर्गौ two types of beings are born. The two types of created beings. Who are them? The Daiva and the Asura. Daivaha Vistarasha Prokta. I have already told you. Prokta, I have already told you. I've already said. Vistarasha in great detail about the Daiva. What is that divine nature? I've told you. Why does he say I've told you in detail?
Because he has enumerated the qualities, the divine person.
26 of them, yes. And if you use previous ones, then 35 qualities of a jnani, for bhakta, 20 qualities of a jnani, vistarashaha. With great detail, I have enumerated at least 26 from this chapter. Asurim partha me shrunu. Partha, vocative, partha, O partha. Asurim me shrunu. Hear from me now about the asurik. So there are two types of beings created in the world. In our language, it will be the sattvic and the rajasic, tamasic, whatever you want. Okay, so here is a very light chapter. So when you make the good and the bad, this is a very simplified form of tamas, rajas, and sattva. So everywhere you will find good and bad because it's a sort of easy way of dealing with this whole idea. Tamas, rajas, and sattva is a little more nuanced, little more difficult way of dealing with it. So I've described to you these two beings. Now I've told you divine in great detail. Now I'm going to tell you about the Asuric. Now this portion which we're about to start. I hope you pay attention and you listen. Not because it's very difficult philosophically, but because it's very easy. I don't think there's any portion in the Bhagavad Gita which is easier than what he's about to talk now. So please listen. It is one of the few things that immediately you should be able to relate it. Verse 7. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha na shaucham na pichacharaha na satyam teshu vidyate pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha na shaucham napi chacharaha na satyam teshu vidyate. He's saying largely the same thing, but now he's putting it in a different way. What are the characteristics of these Asuric people? When we are being Asuric, what are our characteristics? Number one, pravrittim cha nivrittim cha jana na vidurasura. Na vidu. Na vidu means do not know. Vidu means to know. Na vidu, do not know. Who don't know? Asuraha. The Asuric people don't know this. What do they not do? No? Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. What fantastic. I hope you are able to relate to this. What do they not know? They don't know what is to be done and what is not to be done. So this is failure of discrimination. when Vedanta keeps saying that develop your intellect, develop viveka, develop buddhi, what are we trying to do? Know the difference between what ought to be done and what ought not to be done. This is the one most important thing that every human being has to be taught. How do you have the discrimination to know whether something ought to be done or something ought not to be done? King Lear had to choose between his godly daughter Cordelia and his wicked daughters, Goneril and Regan. And what does that gentleman do? He goes and picks the wicked one. Macbeth had to choose between being loyal to the king or killing him. What does he do? He goes and kills him. What to do or what not to do. That is why Shakespeare's lines have become so famous. To be or not to be. That is the question. Which one shall I do? Which one is right for me to do? Which one will take me to Shreya? Remember Arjuna's question? Which one will take me to Shreya? Which one will do good for me? Good for me and good for others as well. Which is that alternative? How is anyone to tell you? Either your buddhi works or your buddhi doesn't work. When it works, you are Daivim. When it doesn't work, you are Asurim. What is worthy of being done? Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha jana na vidurasuraha. Asuraha na viduhu. Kim na viduhu? What do they not know? Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. There is Lord Rama, a prince of Ayodhya, the world's best fighter, a pure, noble soul. When you hear of him, what do? You go and kidnap his queen only. The Asurik do not know what ought to be done and what ought not to be done. So he destroyed not only himself, he destroyed the golden land of Lanka. Whole thing was destroyed. Just based on a single choice. Right? He took one choice. I will go and kidnap Sita. After that, it's all downhill. There is one lady I know. She made a choice. She put, I don't know how they do it. There's something called, what is it called? And put or something like that. Some options and something else, something like that. You know what I'm talking about? What is it called? Put an option. I don't know. What is it called? Who knows this thing? Kalyan, you know?
Yeah, it's futures trading, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah, this is options trading. Options.
Options. She got excited with it and put 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs and lost the whole thing about 10, 15 years ago. It's a choice you make. You gamble like that, it's a choice you make. Whole thing is gone. Now she has to go tell her husband, tell her father. You lost everything. There was the King of England. He fell in love with some lady whose name I have forgotten, Mrs. somebody. Who is that, Mrs.?
Simpson.
Mrs. Simpson. King of England fell in love with Mrs. Simpson, decided to marry her. A choice. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. What should you choose? The Prince of Wales, married to the world's most beautiful woman. It's a choice. The subsequent things everybody knows. It's just a choice. Nehru, India wins the war. Some part of our territory is under a foreign control. And Nehru says, let's withdraw our troops and go to UN. Instead of finishing it there. That's a choice you make. And when you make that choice, that's what happens. So now, I'm not saying whether these choices are right or wrong. No view on the matter. Just the consequences. So to be able to know at that time, what are you supposed to choose? By that time, whenever you are making, let's hope and pray that you have accomplished to get an intellect. Because the whole thing can be wiped out in a second life. Yes, Bharat?
So in King Lear's example, Cordelia, being of divine nature, also failed to realize that flattering my father would be the right thing to do at the moment, which she did not, and hence the destruction that followed.
Yes. So do not be confident about your divine nature. One asuric action you take, see consequences. They are all say, oh no, we are all sampati. Devim sampati. Chill, yeah. If you don't know this, you're gone. Then what are the other characteristics? Na shaucham. Na shaucham means no cleanliness. Now, what is shaucham? It's a big thing. What is shaucham? What is cleanliness? Systems, methods, clarity. All this comes into. So, just you just imagine if you always return your things from the place where you took them and you keep them in an organized way, how much of your time you have saved in this world? Hunting. People are wasting years and years of their life simply hunting for things in their homes. No shaucham, no cleanliness. No acharaha. Acharaha means good conduct, good behavior, proper way of functioning. Nat satyam teshu vidyate. Na satyam. He goes on and on about this quality. I don't know if you all are grasping its importance by how much he's repeating it. Na satyam means no recognition of the reality. It doesn't refer to, oh, he doesn't tell the truth. It is that you are not able to see things as they are. And whenever that happens, your decisions have to go wrong. So we'll do it in a little more detail next time. We have to do the 4 types of intellects and all that. So we will do it next time. Oh, next time we don't have class. I hope you all will meet and have group discussion. Bharat has an announcement for us.
Yes, Hariom everyone. A reminder for the Mumbai talks on the perfect person. 26th is the starting date. Please try and make it. We need your help. We need volunteers. And another announcement, there's going to be a talk this afternoon, 2:30 p.m. On the law of karma. It's going to be in English with French translation. So if you wish to attend or pass on the information to your French friends, please do so. The information is on the group and the link is the same class link. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you all would be interested in learning about the perfect person from chapter 2. If you are, do join us on Wednesday. Hariom.
Hariom Janki ji. Thank you.
Oh, you're showing us. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, yeah, thank you, Omkar. We have to do, no? See, this is the kitchen being prepared. What else have you got? Are you all excited to see things are moving forward? What is he doing? Oh, this is the septic tank being prepared. This is all boring stuff. Oh, here is Jayashri gone to the plot with Ajay Kasotia from our class and Dr. Ashok Sawant, who was the Pro Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University. They had gone there to see how to do water harvesting. And the gentleman standing looking most pleased, yes, that one, is our plot manager. So he is most thrilled with people coming. Then what else we have? By the end of this month, we are going to have the cabins on the plot. If all goes well, then please everybody, the moment the cabins come, we will have to also pay them. I hope you all are keeping track of that. We need another 25-30 lakhs, and then we will be covered for this phase. We are approaching the end, and hopefully we will manage all this. So you have any ideas, you want to help, you want to do anything, come help. All the other any ideas you have on being able to raise more funds, or to write out better proposals, or help us figure out why we have not been able to get our 25 lakhs. But I mean, there are two ways of looking at it, that we got that much, and the other way is, of course, we have a little bit more to get. But nice, no? In another 25-30 lakhs, phase is going to be over. We are going to be ready for starting the course. If all goes well, please, still, fingers crossed. We are Delhi अभी थोड़ी नजदीक आ गई, पर पहुंचे नहीं अभी तक. So exciting times. I hope we'll be able to do something on the plot on Basant Panchami, which, as you know, is Saraswati's day. And as this whole thing is dedicated to Saraswati, I hope we will be able to do something on that day. Jayashri. Poor Jayashri has to wear every hat over here. So if she is, if we are able to do all this, get it ready, all our various chaos is all in place, hopefully on Basant Panchami, we could either start the course or have a retreat, or I don't know whether we can start the course. People have to show enthusiasm to join it. And we haven't even started telling people to join it because we don't want to be premature. And secondly, the university hasn't given us the document yet. So for these two reasons, we haven't started any kind of publicity for telling students that it's there. But still, if you know any students who would like to join, please tell them to get in touch with us. And then we will take it forward as we have always been doing, one day to the next. Okay, so that's it for today. Hariom.